I spent days of research on ETFs, so you don't have to. There are over hundreds of different ETFs in the world today, but in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly what the top 5 best ETFs to buy right now are based off of safety, holdings, fees, and potential return. An ETF, or exchange traded fund, is a collection of stocks and bonds managed by financial experts. ETFs help build long-term wealth through low risk and portfolio diversification, and I'll show you exactly how. The first advantage of owning ETFs is that you don't have to do any of the work to pick out individual stocks because that's already done by a professional. The second advantage of owning ETFs is that ETFs carry less risk because one ETF can have hundreds or even thousands of different stocks in it. A disadvantage of an ETF is that you can't pick or choose exactly what stocks you want within it. It comes pre-packaged. So if you're really against a stock that's controversial or unethical that's also part of the ETF, you can't just take that stock out of the ETF. The second drawback to ETFs is that the company managing the ETF charges a fee. The fee is taken out automatically, so you don't have to do anything, but it can also eat into your profits depending on how high the fees are. Number 5 on this list is QQQ. This stock primarily focuses on the tech sector. QQQ is currently trading at a discount compared to its all-time highs. It's currently down 30%. As we can see here, it's mostly concentrated in the major tech stocks, but it also includes small portions of stocks from other sectors like Starbucks, Walgreens, and Lululemon. This stock has 101 different holdings and an expense ratio of 0.2%. The next best stock is VUG. This ETF is focused on growth. The reason I rank VUG higher than QQQ is because VUG isn't concentrated in a specific sector like QQQ is, and VUG still contains tech stocks and other high growth stocks, as you can see here. VUG has exposure to 265 different holdings, which is more than twice the number of stocks as QQQ. VUG's expense ratio is 0.04%, which is 5 times cheaper than QQQ. Number 3 on this list is SCHD. How this ETF differs from the prior two ETFs is this ETF isn't speculative on growth or certain sectors or industries. This ETF contains holdings from 102 different companies, and this ETF will also pay you a dividend of 3.25%. These are dividends from well-established companies. What I like about SCHD is this ETF isn't as volatile as other ETFs. It's only dropped by 6%, while the rest of the market and other ETFs have dropped by 20 to even 30%. This is an ETF you can just buy and hold because as long as you own this ETF, you'll get paid the dividends. The second best ETF to buy right now is VOO. This ETF tracks the top 500 companies in the US stock market, so it has a lot of potential. It's currently down 17%. Since this ETF contains 500 of the top companies in the US, it's much more diversified and safer than any of the other ETFs I mentioned previously. The expense ratio for VOO is the lowest on this list at 0.03%, and this is also one of the lowest expense ratios for any ETFs out there. The best ETF to buy right now and probably for a long time is VTI. This ETF is very similar to VOO. And this ETF also has an expense ratio of 0.03%, which is ridiculously low. But what's different about this ETF is that instead of just tracking the top 500 companies like VOO does, this ETF tracks the entire US stock market. So as long as the US stock market goes up, this ETF will also go up. This ETF has over 4,000 holdings, which makes it the most diversified ETF. Here are all the EFTs with their fees that we just talked about. As a reward for sticking till the end, I've added 2 bonus EFTs just for you all. These have international exposure, and I've added explanations for them in the description. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.